Hello, lovely human. How are you? Welcome to December. We are thick in the silly season right now. It's the 23rd of December. And I thought that for this month, on this day, contentment would be the thing to talk about. I'm feeling it myself. I'm sitting on the floor because damn, I need grounding right now. So no matter what you celebrate, whether you celebrate Christmas or whatever, it just collectively in the community, the energy gets a bit frantic everywhere. It can feel calm for some people. It can feel incredibly emotional and stressful for some people. I think just overall, even just if you love it, the rushing around and buying things and getting things and preparing things or donating things or whatever's going on, there's still just busyness. And really what we're all going to need at some point is just settle, like content. And I was thinking about it. It's the opposite of lack. Like lack is when we're sort of striving for something, we don't have something, so we want to get it. And this doesn't have to be a material thing, by the way. It could be health. It could be, I wish I was more blah blah when I deal with such and such a person. You know, it's beware of how often the lack creeps in everywhere. Also, perfectly normal human response, which inspires us to do things, by the way. So there's nothing wrong with lack in and of itself, right? It inspires us to go and seek things, to improve ourselves, to make wonderful new inventions that help people, you know? Like lack in itself is a good thing. Be wary of painting everything with the same brush. Just notice how often it comes up in your life, right? So you want to be, if you do have like a legit problem going on now, and you're like, Erica, I actually have a thing going on here. Of course, the balance that I am trying to install in my own life is spend only 5% of your time thinking about the actual problem. And all that should be doing is just to identify exactly what it is. And then spend the other 95% of the time on solutions on how to get there. And you could even apply this to something fun, like a great holiday that you want to plan, or a business venture or business improvement, or, you know, anything like that. You could look at it like that. Make sure you're spending 95% of your time on what's going to be great about it, what steps you could take towards it. Sitting and closing your eyes and daydreaming about it. That is actually, I promise you, this is actually useful to you and your health. There is so much scientific research out there now, results from research out there to prove that the more of these calming or elevated emotions, so you might be feeling really happy, or it might just be that contentment. So daydreaming, like less of the doing, more of the being. That's where we're going to be needing to be at right now, or if not now, in a couple of days. So celebrating, of course, I think we all know, but we can all use the reminder, celebrating what we already do have, gratitude, already what we do have, but not in that self-beating up, like, oh yeah, you should be grateful for what I have. It's also celebrate what you want more of. Like that's one way to look at it, I think. Just go, yes, I love this thing in my life, or I love that I'm planning this holiday, and celebrate what you want more of. Like that's cool. It just happens to be a yogic philosophy as well, one of the niyamas. So Santosha is the Sanskrit. Wow, that's how much I need to chill. The Sanskrit word for it, Santosha. An old mate, BKS Iyengar, says Santosha, or contentment, has to be cultivated. So that's really key, you guys. It doesn't just land in your lap often, especially in our society these days. We are so addicted to being busy. We are so addicted to being productive. And we've actually linked it to our self-worth. So it has to be cultivated, which, what does that mean? You need to practice it. You need to mindfully put it into your day and practice it to get better at it. A mind that is not content cannot concentrate. Again, old mate wrote this in the 1960s, I think. And there is a bucket load of science now showing that when we're in the stress state, our mind is literally going haywire, absolutely haywire all over the place. We cannot engage the frontal lobe to focus and to concentrate, engaging those higher executive functions at the frontal lobe. If we're in stress, we're all over the place because at a reptilian level, an ancient human level, we're looking outside for the danger. We're over-conscious of our body, protecting our body. So cultivating this contentment. And again, as I usually do with these yogic philosophies, it's good to check in with some other teachers. Donna Farhi is the other one that I have made a habit of checking these two. Santosha, practice of contentment, is the ability to feel satisfied within the container of one's immediate experience. So where are we now? Again, nothing wrong with lack, nothing wrong with wanting to improve yourself or in your circumstances or those of people around you, any of that stuff. Nothing wrong with wanting things. There's nothing wrong with that. So just notice, like, check your own limiting beliefs if you've got little alarm bells going off. But just again, make sure it's balanced. Do you give yourself time to sit and be content? So I do like, Donna goes on to talk about exactly what I sort of just mentioned before. Contentment shouldn't be confused with happiness. So happiness is different. Contentment, we can be in difficult or even painful situations. Can we just accept? It's more like sort of acceptance and be where we are. And EFT, or emotional freedom technique, which is tapping. If you've ever heard of tapping, it's tapping on different meridian points through the body, which in yogic terms is the pranic channels, the nadis. And so we tap on various points, and we say, even though I'm feeling really a lot of discontentment at the moment, whatever's going on, or a lot of lack at the moment, I'm going to choose to love and accept myself now. So it's a wonderful practice, and that is how I think of contentment, is I'm just going to, no matter what's going on, whether it's inside or outside, I'm going to choose to be okay with now. And something I've adopted anytime I can feel the little lack voices come up when they're just talking gibberish, you know, when it's an old habit and it's an addiction to being busy or finding things that are wrong, or addiction to struggle, I stop. First thing, stop, like drop the hammer on it, stop. And I go, what is great about right now? So bombs could be going off, but what is great about right now is I'm breathing in and out. I have full use of my body at this point in time, thank the gods. So that's cool. I live in a home that I absolutely love. You know, just there's some examples. And again, this is not to come with the burden of guilt of, oh, you should feel grateful. It's to stop the circuits, right? It's to stop the chitter chatter. And again, if it's at a point that you can stop and go, I don't need to be stressing about that thing right now. I love, 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 love this latest saying, which is, this is for my striver and achiever types. Hello, over here too. Every now and then, in fact, every day would be a good practice. Pause, again, stop. Pause in your pursuit of happiness and just be happy. We could stop at just be, but let's just be happy for now. So I think that works for a lot of us, like for a lot of the time, not every time, that's okay. So I just wanted to share that little reminder. I'm reminding myself today because I've noticed that I've kind of crashed and my body's just going, okay, let's stop. It's time. It's really time to unwind. So thank you so much for being part of my world this year. I love this community that we've got in here. I love this bank of resources that we've got. I love hearing from you guys, so please keep the messages coming through, whether it's an email or whether it's a message in our system here, whatever system you're watching this on. And I really appreciate you, so thank you so much. Stay in your mojo. And what does that mean? It means be true to yourself. It means be true to yourself. What is that little voice of wisdom saying to you, your higher self? What is he or she or they saying to you to follow? Could be a very small little step, or it could be a massive one that you know you got to take. So stay in your mojo, do things that light you up, Do things that make you lose track of time, right? So that frontal lobe is engaged and we can concentrate. You lose track of time. That's your mojo right there. Sending you love. If you are spending this holiday season with loved ones, then enjoy every second of it. Just drop into the contentment. Who cares if the food gets burnt or whatever, or dropped on the floor, or two family members are bickering? If you can, drop into the contentment of right now, even if any of that stuff is going on. If you're not with any loved ones today, maybe you're loving that. If you're not loving that, I hope you can drop into the contentment. Who that can be different to happiness, right? But can we just be okay with what's now and know that we are going to be okay, and know that we have so much, know that you have so much to share, and sometimes going inward and just being by yourself for a while is the best way to do that, to then you will come out all shiny and alive afterwards. Drop me a line if you have anything you want to say, any questions. Sending you so much love. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, happy holiday season. Sending you so much love. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you.